Hey everyone, I just wanted to share this. I thought it might help you. I was leading a study group and I was reminded that it was about 4, maybe 5 years ago that I was learning that you could hear from God. Because I'd heard that, but it always seemed like it was just for special people, even though I know there's times that I heard from God, but I thought it was maybe just for special times or special people, but you can talk to God. And I just did, it seemed so ethereal. And really the truth is he usually talks through his word, right? Like that. I mean, there's other ways, but get to know him through his word. The unfolding, the learning of his word gives light, gives understanding to the simple. So I could go into that, but I'll go back to my story. So I was given this opportunity to just be taught enough to just be in a group of people all praying, wanting to seek God. And I was just asked to ask God what he thought of me when I was born. I was terrified. It was one dear friend who just was like, no, he doesn't have something. I just thought he was going to rake me across the coals and just tell me he hated me. I didn't want to hear what he had to say. And I just had a friend kind of encourage me that it wasn't going to be bad. Even if it was correction, it would be encouraging and supportive, and oh, that will help me. But most likely, just she knew me enough. You need to know he loves you. He's probably going to tell you that. And I was like, that doesn't make any sense. And so, but I just was encouraged by a few people, and I decided to give it a go and ask God. And the truth is, I did hear from him, and it was beautiful and it was wonderful. But I didn't believe it. I thought, that can't be true. I must be making that up because that's too nice, too good. He was excited that I was born. Like it didn't pan out in my belief of God and who he was and who I was. And so it just made me realize that, like, God's always speaking. We're not always listening. And that's not like, oh, shame you, you're not listening. It's, do you think maybe the reason you're not listening is because, like me, you think it's going to be awful? You think he's going to just pound you over the head and call you ugly and stupid, and so you don't even want to try to listen because you're comparing him to a human, and you don't realize how good that he's the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He doesn't grow tired or weary. You know, he's almighty, all powerful, and his agape love is just overflowing out of him to us. He is love. So I just challenge you to even just ask God if maybe you're not listening because you fear what he'll say. I know I'm in a much better place on how he thinks of me and what he says about especially other people. I love that, and myself even, but it can be more challenging to think, well, what decision does he want me to make next? Because what if it's really, really hard? And the truth is, every hard thing that seems like absolutely impossible to me, he has gone like above and beyond in making it more than possible, and to just bless me and others through whatever obedience I give. And so I'm gaining that, oh yeah, no, God is trustworthy, and I just choose to die to self and be in obedience. So I just want you to see if maybe you're choosing to even tune out God, not consciously thinking I'm tuning out God, right? But some part of you is just, some thoughts are kind of not wanting to be quiet and listen, not wanting to ask him when you read his word, right? Because you don't always have to be quiet. You can be worshiping him, you can be listening to a message, you can be reading his word. Those are some of my favorite times to hear from him. We're reading a word and something stands out and it just ministers to me. And if we open ourselves to hear from him in those times, he can talk. So learn to trust him, learn he's good, and he will talk to you. Join us, janetmassey.com, for all sorts of live free stuff to learn more about him. Have a good day.